Hey everybody, this is James Pelton. As you can see, I am back in the office. Had a great week in Austin, Texas with your friend Andy and Decade Investor. More to hear about that going forward. But I'm here today with the Alchemists. And this is a project that I think is very interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, so I'm excited to talk through it. We've got quite the crowd today. What I need from you guys in the audience should go without saying, but just in case there's new people, first off, welcome, Mike. Thank you for joining the community. Appreciate you, man. John, it's good to see you, and Garo and DJ DeBoss. That's a cool name. I should have picked a cooler name when I got onto social media. But need you guys to hit the like button. Okay, it's free. There's no reason not to do it. Yeah, I think you have to be a pretty bad person to not hit the like button to help the Alchemists and help me out. If you have questions as we're going, please bring those up and we'll ask those as we're going. So, and hello to Decade Investor. He says, voo, voo, voo. So he's obsessed with stock market and ETF, boring stuff, basically. Boring stuff that will make you money. But yeah, special hello to Colin, Decade Investor. So let's go ahead and we'll start with quick introductions. So we'll start with Tahir and then we'll just do it Brady Bunch style across the top and then down the bottom. But you can just give a quick introduction to who you are and then we'll jump into the project.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much, James. And once again, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Tahir Smith. They also call me NFT Border within Web3. I am the lead dev, as you can say, in this project. I've been fortunate enough to assemble this great team that you'll see in front of you. A portion of it, in actual fact, James has advised us not to bring too many to the stage, so we've had to bench a good couple. But yeah, so I am the coordinator, the orchestrator, the conductor. Listen, it's yeah, that's about it. Everybody else is outperforming me. That's all I can say. And that's, James, I want to keep it short and sweet. I could tell you I've got a long list, a long CV that I could run through. If anybody wants to know more about me, they're more than welcome to come and join our Discord and chat to me more about what I do, where I'm from, etc., etc. And yeah, that's just the short version about Tahir Smith.
Awesome. Oh, I love what you said, that you're the conductor, because the conductor is only as good as the instruments around him, right? And so love how you worded that. Let's go over to Yassine.
Absolutely. So my name is Yassine, and I'm the guy behind all the doodles that you see over there, trying to bring the pictures to life. So I'm the guy that is putting the ticket together, getting the colors in order so we can get the excitement levels up. So your guys that are interested in stock markets, for example, this is their ticket. So that is me. Call it the art director.
All right, Benita, were you able to get the mic going? We were having some technical difficulties. Oh, we did. Benita, good to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure meeting you as well, James. And thank you to the team as well as our community.
Yes, nice to have you. I'm told that you are one of the most important pieces to this puzzle. So I'm glad that you were able to join us. And then let's go over to Bamimi.
Yeah, it's a pretty strange name to pronounce like that, but my name is Bobby. I'm responsible for the marketing / communication for the Alchemists. Besides that, in my own time, I'm a Forex trader and a software engineer. I met Tahir a couple months ago in the Web3 space, and we have a similar view on how to run projects, and I think we became pretty good friends in the meantime. So yeah, we're working together closely every day to make this a success, and I hope I'll see all you guys join us on this train to success.
Awesome, the train to success. I like that. That's what we all want to get on, right?
Exactly.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's so nice to meet you guys. Appreciate you guys hopping on today. One question Manny Surreal had is, where are you guys from?
Okay, I'll go first. I'm from South Africa. Yassine, on the side.
South Africa as well.
I'm from the Netherlands. Yeah, I was born in the Netherlands and I still live here.
And I'm from South Africa.
Okay, so we've got, and I'm from the United States. So we have three South Africa and one Netherlands. So very, very awesome. Appreciate having you guys. Well, let's jump into what the
Can I just add on this? Sorry to cut in there,
yes.
James.
No.
We've got a lot more team members from across the globe, the UK, India. I can
Australia.
go on. We've got quite a large New Zealand, right? But yeah, this is the who's currently on stage, South Africans, and our Dutchman over there.
Dutchman, yes. I like the Dutch a little less since the World Cup, but other than that, you guys are okay. No, it's great to have you. Tahir asked me how many people can come for the AMA, and I was like, oh, people don't usually ask that. So we decided on 4 was the right answer. So someone from Facebook says you were just in South Africa. Too bad you couldn't do it in person. So next time I'm in South Africa, that'd be great to meet up with you and do something in person as well. And Tahir knows Jason as well, so definitely could have some connections there for sure.
Yeah, so I did nudge him, but he was on holiday.
Nudge him a little bit. Yeah, let's hang out with James. Well, let's go ahead and jump into the project again. Assuming some people in the audience have never heard of the Alchemists. It's like, what is this? What's going on here? Can you kind of give just like a 10,000 foot view of what you're trying to accomplish with this project?
So a 10,000 foot view, all right? That's from a bird's eye view. And as you can see, the eagle has just popped up. So
you see guys, what I did there?
Yeah. Good one. So guys, the Alchemists, right? It's built on multiple revenue streams, right? Why have we decided to create a project with multiple revenue streams? Because we've got in our team, a lot of risk managers, seeing that they're very entrenched and deeply entrenched into the Forex markets, right? We believe spreading the risk is the best approach, all right? So we've built this project to be a sustainable project, well spread, right? We focused on the initial streams of income, as you'll see in our white paper, which would be the crypto mining aspect of it, the gold and Forex trading, and obviously the creme de la creme, which would be the gold mine acquisitions as we move through the phases. So the Alchemist project, I believe, James, is an ecosystem set up for success, to be very honest with you, because we don't have all our eagles' eggs in one basket. And at the helm of each of those revenue streams, okay, that require the expertise, we have those expertise within the team. Okay, thank you very much. Righto. Thank you, young man. So we've got those experts in their fields to caretake, to ensure that those revenue streams are looked after. And I think that's the best way from a 10,000 foot view, as you've nicely said, to shine a light on the Alchemist system. Or ecosystem. We do have quite a bit that we are busy with. It's such a pleasure to say that we already have our 3D surreal character included within a game, in a first-person shooter game. So we at the same time, when we want to generate all these revenues, we want to earn from this ecosystem, we also want to have fun. And I tell my team this often. Bobby will tell you, listen, when we're doing something, let's enjoy what we're doing, make it fun, all right? But at the same time, let's win. So that's the Alchemist's ecosystem in a nutshell, okay? And yeah, James, I could go on and on and on, but I think you wanted me to give an overview. I think I've captured the ecosystem.
That was great. I think that was like a floor 1 to 30 elevator, but it was still an elevator pitch. So I think that was really good. So let's can you talk through, I was looking on page 7 here. Can you talk through the different revenue streams and kind of like the timing and what percentage are you planning to put into what? And are you going to go in a certain order, or are you going to just focus on just the Bitcoin mining at first? Or what's kind of your strategy around the revenue streams?
Yeah, so if you could go to the page where it actually shows the milestones for each phase, it would put things into better perspective for your viewers, James. All right. So because you've asked about what is the process, right? We've broken it down. So we ensure that in phase one, we've got certain milestones that we need to achieve, right? Before we move on to phase two. Those milestones being, and Bobby and Yasin, please correct me if I'm wrong. I don't have any of these documents in front of me, right? But it's
I'll look for it. I'll find it.
We're going to the Bitcoin mining. We're going to the Forex trading avenue of things. We will immediately start the gold mine legal and structural framework so that we can start that process. We do already have concessions available. I'll allow Benita to shed more light on that. All right. There we go. So, and obviously we've got our altcoin investments. So that is our phase one on how we're going to be starting these revenue streams. So the engine is there. We are starting it. We're not going in and saying, put nitros in and let's rev it up to 7,000, 8,000 and hit the road, Jack, right? We slowly first making sure that we have the structural elements in place, the foundations of the Alchemist ecosystem, right? Before we moving on. And that is our mandate and our promise. This is something we can promise, right? No promising of returns. But what we are promising that we're going to put those structures in place, as you see right there in your phase one. James, you need to scroll a bit down, but that's the phase one. That's the structural. Yeah, there we go. That's your phase one. That's what we currently. That's what we focused on now. Those are the 1,000 NFTs that will be released.
Okay, very good. No, I love this. You know, one of my biggest questions is always, where's your revenue coming from? And don't have to ask that with you guys because it's coming from all over the place. Can I ask, how should people think about the potential returns that they're going to get? You know, with all these different revenue streams, are you going to be giving a percentage of total revenue? Are you compounding for a while? How should people think about returns?
Very, very, very good. So yes, we will be compounding for 6 months on phase one. Phase two will have their own 6-month compound. Phase three will have their own 6-month compound, right? So that's how we've structured it. Instead of starting phase one and then selling it out to phase 2, 3, and then compounding. So it could take a year for everybody to come into play, all right? So we're compounding for 6 months. We do have the VIPs who I believe would be on this AMA down below. But we've got our VIPs whom we are not compounding their funds, right? So we've created these different wallet structures that, James, I'm sure you've seen, right? And for our VIPs, the red carpet treatment, the reason that we're doing that, not compounding their funds, because we want to already show, guys, listen, this is what we're about. We're about value, all right? Here's the value. This is what's coming. Sit tight, buckle up, and let's do this together, all right? So that's, we've got various percentages that we've allocated to the community wallet. We've got various percentages allocated to the project development and percentages allocated to the various wallets that we've broken up. If you zoom out, guys, just take a read through our white paper, zoom out. We've got percentages broken up to our VIPs, who are 310 NFTs, percentages of the revenue streams to our OGs, 100 max, all right? And then you've got the tiered system where it comes where you're going to have to hold a set. But we don't have to get into that right now. But that's the breakdown and the breakup of this entire structure, Mr. Pelton.
Okay, love it. Yeah, no, let's dig in a little bit to just the different, you know, sometimes I have projects that all they're doing is Bitcoin mining. And so we focus a lot on that. And we probably can't spend, you know, a whole AMA on each of these. But you just kind of want to talk about, you know, where are you planning on mining? What's the electricity cost? How's it going to be powered? And let's just kind of go through these just to get a little bit more detail.
So we've actually got miners, you know, Bitcoin miners chasing me specifically, hounding me, because we've got options available, James. All right. So that's how we prefer to play this game. We don't, again, we treat everything. We spread our risk. It's the best way. So right now, I can't confirm where it will be, but I am leaning towards one project that I am currently engaged with. I've got the meeting on Monday with the founder. They are well recognized in Web3. Let's just say that, all right? And it would be a good thing for our ecosystem to link up with them because they are trusted, all right? It is this one that I'm talking about is hydro powered, all right? And it's not any of the ones that any of the people below is thinking of, All right, I won't mention names because this is our share time. Okay. We do have another option of in actual fact, he's a VIP member of the Alchemist ecosystem. He is based in North Dakota. He's given us a fantastic price, okay, in terms of costs and breakdown. And then we've got another good, solid option in South Africa. As you know, James, you've been here recently. We've got Eskom, our national power supplier. That is the most unreliable thing under the sun, okay? But they do have solar. The farm that that I am engaged with, they've got solar powered options and grid. And they're 2 hours away from me. But I got to think more about, less about convenience, more about, what's going to be beneficial for the Alchemists ecosystem. And that's why my meeting on Monday, hopefully I will be able to announce something thereafter, James.
Okay, but no alpha today on that side of things. You want to finalize.
Yeah. Must get our ducks in a row before we say anything, James.
Yeah.
But they are well respected, hydroelectric powered firm, and they are, well known. It's going to be a good for our ecosystem.
Okay, and one thing I appreciate about Tahir, we've talked a few times now, but you always seem to under-promise, over-deliver. So you never want to say something until it's certain that that's going to happen. So I appreciate that, especially in this place. There's so many people who are just making promises left and right. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And you've been very cautious to only say things when you know that they're happening. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jeff. My team will hold me accountable. Not only the community, my team will hold me accountable. So
yeah, I love that. Well, let's go to the second one. The legal and practical framework commences on the gold mine. So can you give us a little bit more details about that? Someone in the question said, have you heard of Hydro Whales and Project 79? So do you want to kind of talk about what you're going to be doing with gold and how it compares to, Project 79 and what they're doing?
Very different.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's very different, Yasin. There's been some updates from their side where they are moving on to the actual gold mining sector. Kudos to them, right? Listen, you want to make sure you control the supply chain rather than purchasing in the supply chain. Not saying purchasing in the supply chain is a bad thing because there's money to be made. But ultimately, if you want to be the top dog, the alpha male, in that, you need to control the supply. Okay, and that's how you control the supply. So what we intend, and Benita is perfectly positioned for this, but I know she does have a bout of malaria, but we're not going to say that out loud, right? So we intend with the gold mining sector, right? We would like to acquire the mines, right? At a certain point, we'll have decision-making portals as people within the gold fraternity will know, or specifically mining, we'll have decision-making portals. But our position on that right now, right, is to acquire, do a JV, right, and flip. So then we can continue doing that more often, ensuring that we're bringing in the revenue stream within the ecosystem. Or alternatively, when the time comes, we will discuss this with the community. We can mine it with our partner at the time, but it will take 8 years to mine 1 ton of gold. It's good money, right? But it'll take 8 years. We could, with our networks, and especially when I say our networks, I got to take my hat off to Benita, all right? Firstly, within that networks, we can do so much more. So in a nutshell, James, just to touch on that revenue, go for it, Benita.
Apologies that I'm stepping in here. Okay, I think also it will be important for the community to understand our group of companies and how we've come in and merged with Alchemist. Obviously, the group of companies, they are held, Quindo is held by the holding company, which is Infinity, as well as this African Resources Group. We own resources in mining, meaning gold resources as well. Obviously just built one of the biggest mines in the DRC as well. Not that I'm promising output from there, but what I'm saying, he's spot on in saying that we don't want a comparative analysis done with anyone else because we feel that we hold our own here as well. So he's again right in saying that The claims are available. There's a bouquet of claims available to us. We've been 40 years in the mining industry on the African continent. As you know, the African continent is emerging very strongly right now. We just need to come in with all our CSRs and CSIs to ensure that we enable that. And what he's just said now in terms of us acquiring these concessions, we can either acquire them for resale, okay, so that our community benefits from the profits thereof, or otherwise it can be mainstreamed into Forex, etc., and turned over. We can, if not, once the geotech takes place at the second level, we can then sell off those assets. Or thirdly, we can mine on those assets, acquiring our own outputs. Fourthly, we can acquire output from other mines that we have and sell that product off to ensure profitability as well. So what I'd like to say here is that for us, this is a merge, you know, between the digital and between the physical side of the mining as well. That's going to bring value of it. Obviously, I'm an economist. I come from a different background. So we have our experts that will then roll it out in terms of the Bitcoining terminology or whatever else goes on here. But in a nutshell, I think this is what we have. Our white paper stipulates also in terms of, you know, how the rollout will take place, what our ROIs would be on it, etc. Obviously, you're going to give a plus minus on that. More than that, you know, what I find that's important for us is the corporate social initiative, corporate social responsibilities, because we cannot uplift projects of this nature, give value both on the mining side as well as to the recipients of our community, if the people in the middle that are actually carrying this burden are not lightened through skills training and development. And that would be one of the most important functions for us as well. I'm not sure whether I'm going on and in terms of your time here, but I want to talk about there are new opportunities as well in terms of the national development plans, in terms of the global crisis that's going on, in terms of the impact of the war and what's gone on in Russia with the ruble, etc. You know, they've increased their trade by 25%, even though there were sanctions. So we have been, part of the policy frameworks of the new Africa development trade systems as well, you know, the trade zone, should I say. So, you know, we can channel things out. We want to create interconnectivity between countries, that we have our networks to ensure this takes place as well. So in a nutshell, that is what we do as AU traders, miners, etc.
Oh, yeah, no, Benita, I'm glad that you were able to join us today. You sound like you know your stuff. So I like that nutshell too. That was a pretty packed nutshell there. So yeah, let's try to, if anyone in the audience, if you have questions, do let me know. I'll start kind of bringing those up as they come. AJ would like to know, what are the mining electric costs? I don't know if you have those numbers yet.
Yes, look, so we're working on 0.09 kilowatts, right? That's the cost that I've got on the table sitting in front of me from all the parties that are on the shortlist, all right? I think that's reasonable, but at the same time, look, everybody's negotiable to a degree, but that's the cost that we are sitting in front of us right now, 0.09 kilowatts.
Okay, love it. And then if all goes well with minting, how quickly would you anticipate moving into the gold mine royalties?
So we've broken it also on the white paper. We've broken it down there, all right? So to move from phase to phase, it all depends on the phases. Let's anticipate the best case scenario, right? Is that how quickly? Yeah, if all goes well. So the best case scenario, all right? You're looking at a total of 9 months where everything should work out. And if that's it, everything goes perfectly, all right? 9 months, you'll be looking to package that together. But at the same time, you know, you're saying gold mine, yes, that is the creme de la creme. We do have other revenue streams that will be feeding in at the same time while we're going on our long-term plan, medium to long term.
Okay, very good. Yeah, and let's keep going through these just so people make sure they have all the details here. These student loan donations, is that just a charitable thing that you're doing?
Yeah, 100%. So this is something that we've spoken about as a team, all right? The student loans will first focus on our community who holds our NFTs, all right? If none of them have those student loans that are outstanding, they need assistance with, we will then focus on their friends and family. If that doesn't, if they're wealthy, they're well off, they don't have those friends and family that require that, right? We will then go in outside of that circle, but we will look specifically for student donations, because during these tough times, James, and Benita hit the nail on the head, you know, because that's our ethos here. Yes, everybody says they want to do good work. We're going to show it from the beginning. Listen, this is what we want to do. This is what we're about, and it's a small token right now, 5K, all right? But that's the start of great things. And you know, you got to give to receive, and you got to also be grateful for what you've got. So yeah, that's about the student loan donations, James.
Okay. And then we have the 5K holder rewards. Can you explain what that is?
We'll just make that day, we're going to be creative with for minters, for events on mint day, all right? So we're going to be a bit creative. Bobby, sitting behind the screen there, our real Slim Shady, all right? Our Eminem. Yes, he will be packaging something fantastic together for us and make sure that the minters experience, they've got something waiting for them once mint is complete.
Okay. And then the trade partners. Do you want to talk about what all you're doing on the Forex and the gold trading side of things? And are you doing manual trading? Do you have bots that you're going to be running? Do you have any info on like the results, you know, back tested or anything like that? What are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, no bots, right? For now, no bots. Okay. And just before we carry on, Benita's going to leave and join again. I think a sound is giving her issues, so just a heads up. All right. So in terms of the Forex trading, we've got alpha traders, right? Boys that have been in this game for more than a decade, and some just half a decade, right, on TK. But we've got alpha traders. Bobby, he's part of the team. He's not currently trading any of those accounts, but he is very well versed on Forex. So he helps me understand the jargon, the works coming through, and filters that through. So in terms of the Forex side, we've got the people with the experience caretaking for our funded traded accounts, all right? In actual fact, James, if people are joining our Discord, they can go in and see in the channels the recent wins that we've got this past week. I think it's been unreal. Markets have really opened up. They're saying, hello, come to me, it's 2023. And our Forex traders have absolutely killed, man. It's there. And so yeah, bots, maybe later on, all right? But right now, the human, man, the time that they've put in to acquire this knowledge, all right, to become alpha traders, to be the 5% that are profitable in Forex trading, right? That's no joke. So that's what we've been blessed with, I say. We've been blessed with this team around us, James, and we're bringing that value to Web3, to the community, to our holders. And that's all I have to say for now about the Forex.
Okay. So I put a link to the Discord. Where should people go to kind of look around for like results, and where would be the best place for people to kind of start in the Discord channel?
In general chat, ask for directions. We've got a full stack team. They're there to help you, guide you. If they can't answer the question, they will tag us, and we will come in when we see it, and we'll attend to you without any issue. So you can just navigate. If you get lost, we will be there.
Okay, very good. Let me put Benita back in here. All right, so let's go back to the Benita. Welcome back.
Hi there. Thank you. Sorry, I lost you.
No, that is a-okay. So we had a lot of other guests, so it's totally no problem. Okay, so that makes perfect sense. So you're going to be minting these NFTs, and then this is what you're going to be doing with it. And I appreciate you guys just being so like, here's exactly where the funds are going. I've been working with a lot of other NFT projects, and you have to do a lot of investigating to find out, okay, where did that money actually end up going? Oh, most of it went to one of the founders or something like that. Interesting. And so, yeah, appreciate you guys just being upfront about this.
Can I comment on that? I have to say
Yes.
something on that, right? You'll notice in that phase one, if you do the numbers, right, most of it, if not almost most of it, I won't say all of it, is going in to make sure that the infrastructure is set up, because that's where we win. We win with you in the infrastructure setup in these multiple streams. we win. So that's where it's going. Yes, and we are getting paid.
Okay, love it. And then quick question before we keep going, but assuming phase 1 mints out immediately, how soon will payouts start for holders with only a phase 1 NFT?
6 months. After mint, 6 months.
Okay, so we have that compounding period, and then it'll start right after that. Awesome. So phase 2 looks like kind of more the same. You're going to be kind of expanding some of the things that are working. You want to talk about this community wallet trade fund? Is that going to be different than what you're doing in phase 1?
So the community wallet trade fund, right, is basically a value-based forex that will be placed in forex trading. But those numbers, because of our new strategy, we done this white paper months ago. Right, we've been building for more than a year right now. We can confidently say, all right. So that there was the value of the trade funds that we were going to allocate to that. That there is increased tenfold. I will not even James, 80K is a drop in the ocean in terms of the strategy that we've found that works for us. All right. But yeah, so that's what it is. It's forex trading.
Okay, very good. And something that we haven't really talked about, we're all focused on the revenue, and that's good. Like that's, a big part of the project. But I can tell from the way that you guys have stuff set up that the lore and the artwork and the community and those things are a big part of this as well. So this is not just a revenue NFT, but there's a lot more to it than that. Do you guys want to kind of talk about your vision for the community and the artwork and the lore and just kind of what you're doing with all of that?
I'm going to allow Yasin to talk about the artwork, but before we go on to the artwork, Yasin, just about the community and why we're creating this ecosystem next to this revenue stream ecosystem, right? Because all of us sitting here around the table, right? I can confidently say we are very much about decentralization, okay? Freedom to transact. They're coming to seize our JPEGs. I'm sure you guys have potentially heard this in Web3, right? But we want to create this community that we empower through education, firstly, right? Through forex trading, because we believe if you're sitting with the guys that we're working with, they could assist you in becoming financially free as an individual. Never mind what the project's going to be bringing you. We educate you, we empower you, right? But to focus on the Web3 at large and why Web3 and crypto is there for us, right? Yes, there's CBDCs. I don't want to say too much on this channel, James. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
Yeah. So it's for decentralization. We want to focus on that, the freedom to transact, stand next to one another, because the only way you get through something is together, right? Like this, you'll break my fingers. Like this, I dare to try, right? So that's what it's about, and we want to create this community next to these income streams, and make it rewarding. So I'll let Yasin. Yasin, please just shed some light on the artwork there for us, my good sir.
Okay, no, fantastic. So as the white paper stipulates, and as we just went through, there's a whole bunch of revenue streams and good utility, and the ecosystem is fantastic. And to capture the eye for something like this, we needed to put a team together that's equally as fantastic. So we've got a 3D team, got a 2D team, and we've got this real team, and they've put together some pretty amazing works with sort of inspiration pulled from 80s and 90s anime and cartoons. Like they've got Brave Star and out in there, got Naruto, DBZ, some Star Wars, Demon Slayer. So what we wanted to go out there is like really capture the eye, because as we wanted to, we're looking for the proper investor to say that, this is an ecosystem or it is an investment opportunity. But at the same time, there are guys out there in the NFT space and in the Web3 space that want to be tantalized by the eye. So we needed to get something that's a bite size that is in comparison to our huge ecosystem and the huge opportunity. So, I mean, what we've done is we've literally rolled out some art, because as Tahir said, we had a year to play around with this, and we had a year to put this together, because what we had 6 months ago does not fit the current climate. So what we did was we evolved and we came up to this, but at the same time, throwing our art into the Discord and just, getting, you made mention a little earlier that our community and our Discord, it looks like it's part of our strategy going forward. So throwing art pieces into the community and getting sort of feedback from them, and this is what we want, this is what we like. I mean, one of the ones we threw out in there was the Khonshu of Moon Knight, and to get back to get the feedback back from the community is, this is what we want, guys. So our community this is what they want, and this is what we want to give them. So hopefully, guys like yourself, I mean, you've got 3 kids, eh? You look like a My Hero Academy kind of guy, if I'm not mistaken. You look like just looking from that haircut, I see a lot of cyberpunk in you. So I think that you'd be perfect. I mean, Tahir, is there still place in the VIP for one more?
James will have to decide for himself. Yeah, James will need to decide for himself.
There you go.
Well, that's it. From an art perspective, that is it. We wanted the art to be as amazing as the ecosystem, and we think we really brought something fantastic. It is centered around, and I know you hear this all the time, but it is centered around the community. It is about self-empowerment. It is about our medium to long term. So that's why the multiple revenue streams. We wanted to do something now, but we also wanted to cash in on the long term. And that's why these phases have come into play, so that you can see that. And as the phases go along, and there we go, you got one of the videos up there as well. We've actually got the artist of that video who's watching in as well, and he's been sending me messages as we go along. So I just want to take this opportunity to send a shout out to him. So well done on your video, mate. But at the same time, yeah, no. So I hope that answers it. I mean, we've got a passionate team over here. We've got guys that is in the industry. And a real thing about our art, we don't want to have it confined. We're actually looking for guys to let loose. So, I mean, you can go on to OpenSea and you've seen it all before, but we want something we haven't seen before. So, mash and gravy it up and give us something good. Give us something good, even though it's the utility that people are chasing after, but at the same time, we want to see our PFPs plastered out in the Web3 space.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z is one of my childhood staples. So I love that part of it for sure.
Absolutely, you just can't go wrong with it. Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. You just can't go wrong with it. People seem to love it. So we're just looking at throwing a different spin in it, and yeah.
Yeah, and I love how you've connected the NFT space with the DeFi space, where you're not just, because a lot of the NFT collections are only focused on the art, and it's like, well, that's not that great. And then a lot of the DeFi stuff is there's no art or anything fun as part of it, and I think you've tried to bring those two together. So I really like that.
It's a good mesh. It's a good mesh. Absolutely.
Awesome. So let me talk real quick. This is a question that's come up a couple times in the audience. We've had a lot of rug pulls here in the last few weeks in DeFi. What would you say to someone who's afraid, like, hey, I've been burned by so many projects, I've been rug pulled? Brian says, did they look you in the eyes and tell you they wouldn't rug? What would you say to just people who are nervous and shy about that at this point in the market?
Trust your gut. I've made that same mistake before, right? Trust me, I've been in the NFT space not for too long, but for quite a while. But trust your gut. That's what I would say. I think that's simple. You'll never know. You come into an ecosystem, it looks the best. They shine. They say all the right keywords. We've actually got a market analyst within Web3, right? He gets afraid when he analyzes Web3 projects or potential investments for us when they use all these keywords and power words, because he's like, wait, they too many right notes. So trust your gut. That's the best advice I could say. Don't overextend.
And at the same time, that's why we're coming out here. We're trying to, and I know it's not a big guarantee, but what we're doing is we're trying to create that comfort to say, this is who we are. We are fully doxxed, guys. Come out and check out the Discord, read the white paper. We are open to all questions that might come to us.
So, Yasin, do you know, and I've got to say this, it's not about being doxxed. It's about, and I'm sure doxxed people have also rugged. You know what I mean? Look at
absolutely.
French, look at Sam Bankman-Friedman. That dude rugged like a mofo, all right? So trust your gut. All right, that's it. Go with your gut in the Web3 ecosystems and work in groups. Work in groups. You know, people share information, share thoughts, and
Absolutely.
yeah, that's the best thing
Absolutely.
that you could do in Web3. And James,
Trust your gut. Yeah, yeah.
you know the Web3 space. You've seen it all.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, and I would say the same things still apply that apply anywhere else where don't risk more than you can afford to lose. We're still in a risky, this is still a risky space, even though they have, you know, your guys are going to have a lot of revenue streams. You know, the same principles. Don't take out your life savings. I think you guys would agree with that. Don't take out your life savings and throw it into this.
Absolutely.
Be cautious still and get to know the team. Don't just watch this one AMA and say, oh yeah, I'm going to go put in $25,000, but you know, join the Discord, do a little research on your own. We can't get through everything in this project in 1 hour.
Chat to our community. Chat to our community who's been there, all right? Who's already invested it as part of our VIPs. Chat to them, get a feel of what they think. That would be one of the next steps for those listening and watching this video. But definitely don't overextend. We've even told our VIPs that we're minting VIPs. We said, please don't overextend. Things are great. We anticipate this thing to go very well, but don't overextend. All right? We're gonna make this work together, and let's have a good energy behind it. It's not desperate. Don't be a desperate energy. Be a good energy.
There you go.
I just want to add to something that Saeed said now. Is absolutely like, go chat to the community that's currently invested within the Discord. There are guys that has been there for months, and guys have been just literally following us. So chat to them. I mean, see what they're all about. If there's any sort of comfort, which is one tick box at least, check it out.
And do go check out the team too, because you guys have a huge team, and like you said, most of them are docs. There'd have to be a lot of people in on this rug together if that's what was going to happen. And a lot, pretty much everyone doxed and all that. So appreciate that. We do have a whole bunch of questions. No, go ahead, T.
Yasin was saying, you know, chat. Yasin, we want to see you more in the Discord.
Absolutely.
You
know what it is? I'm actually doodling with my crayons. I got a new set of crayons today, so you're not going to see me for the next 2 days. But once those are all used out, you'll see me.
All right. I'm gonna hold you to that, Mike.
Yes. Okay. No, I'm getting into Discord. I'm putting it. You know, I'm in a lot of Discord channels, but I'm moving Alchemists closer to the top, so I see it, and it reminds me to hop in there and be involved.
You know what? We're gonna hold you to that as well.
Oh, I know. I should be careful. So we have a bunch of questions from the audience here. So let me see if we can get through some of these. Some of these are good questions.
Okay.
For people who have a whitelist, in which phase can they mint? Can they mint in phase 1?
Phase 1, yeah. You need to submit your wallet. You need to ask. We've got questions that we'll ask you in the ticket, all right? But yeah, you mint in phase 1.
Okay. And then do different stage NFTs have different payouts?
Nope. Obviously, but be careful, all right? So your 6 months starts when the next phase, all right? So the first phase, yes, they compound. We'll do the calculations. Bobby with his numbers. Rain, he's probably in the audience here, right? With their numbers, they'll do the magic. But it only starts when you purchase your phase and then your 6 months compound. So you can't eat into somebody else's patience. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yep. Nope. Got that. When do they expect the miners to start up after? We talked a little bit about this already, but when do they expect the miners to start up after the minting ends?
What do we expect? Okay. So we need to dial by our numbers first. So again, we can't tell you now, listen, no, don't worry. When we sell X, we're going to do them. No, we first need to ensure, listen, we're creating revenue streams with what we've currently got within the mint at certain point, so that the ecosystem is not dependent on us minting an NFT every time, because we've got those structures and our resources available to us that we can make it work. So that question there, I can't give you a definitive answer on until we hit certain stages where the numbers will decide for us.
Okay. And then what do you think is the best thing investors are getting from Alchemists, not talking about money? And you don't need to put, of course, because for a lot of people, the money is what it is. But what do you feel like is the best thing investors are getting apart from money?
So besides the kick-ass art, all right, a hard-working team. So that's the two things that I would give the answer to that. question.
Okay, very good. Eric would like to know, and hey, Eric, shout out to you. He's a good friend. But beyond being doxxed, why should we trust you and your experience?
How do I answer that question?
Yeah, I like doing that. I like throwing these grenade questions out there. Then I just hit
Yeah.
mute.
Mm.
Why should we trust you? Because at the end of the day, I can't give an answer. I can't answer that, to be very honest with you. And that's why I say trust your gut, mate, Eric. If you trust us, right? Fair enough. Climb into the community, ask the questions. And in terms of our experience, I'm on LinkedIn. Yasin, okay, you don't have much on LinkedIn. Benita, go ask around the gold sphere about Benita. Bobby, he's sitting right there in front of you, the young man. All right, go ask around. That's what you can do.
Yep, like it. And from Scott, this is my classic question. I like asking project founders, what do you guys think are the biggest risks for investors in your project?
The biggest risks, right, is that I've actually, it would be that we don't have the drive to work anymore, right? But as long as that drive is there, right, that's the only biggest risk that I would think, and obviously an entire collapse in the crypto sphere, flat on its face, right? But only now. However, if we get past our first phase before any of the craziness happens that I've just mentioned, right, the revenue streams will already be there to caretake for us to organically move forward, and that would, but obviously would take a much longer period of time.
And that's one thing I like about your team. I can tell the team dynamics that you guys are. If one of you gets burned out, the rest of you are there to kind of help build that person back up and say, hey, you keep going. A lot of times there's one person at the top, and when they get burned out, the project falls apart. So yeah, I like the team dynamic that I've seen from you guys already. Let's see here. Next question. We got a lot of good questions coming. One question I always have, even if I know the answer, if they have a successful investment history, why bring it to the people? Why not just do it privately and continue? So, why are you expanding if you guys have these ecosystems that work?
So where's the pleasure? Where's the pleasure? Listen, I could show you around. We could do a whole lot of things here, right? This is immaterial. And I'm talking about for myself now, not about the ecosystem, right? The pleasure in giving, and this is coming from the heart, and I hope you can feel the energy through the screen, right? The pleasure in giving is much, much greater than receiving.
Yep, totally agree. And sometimes what I tell people too, as an entrepreneur, there's just something in me that wants more. I just want to keep going out and expanding and bringing new people in. And I sold my business, and I could have probably just retired for the rest of my life, but I got so bored and I just wanted to keep building and keep, go get some more people. So I totally get it that if you have something working, you don't keep it to yourself. It's like, I want to go expand. And that's how we're kind of built, I think. Any third-party audits at this point?
So we were audited by Rug Pool Finder, Nick and his crew, right? They have checked us out. So you can go check on Rug Pool Finder. We are actually busy. Rain sent me a message today. I'm not sure if I can mention the name, but quite a well-recognized third-party KYC audit center that we are busy with and that we will be doing nonetheless. So we have Rug Pool, and we've got another one that we're doing because he wants us to do it.
Yes, gotcha. And back to the art. The sneak peeks so far have all been one-to-ones. Will the others have RNG traits?
Those are not. Yasin, we haven't shown one of. Yeah.
There's been a few one of ones, not many of them. I think by next week they'll be seeing a lot more. But yeah, there's only been about 3 or 4. Okay, but then there's also been of the 3D. The 3D collection as well have actually been shown out.
Yeah, but in terms of the 2D, most of them that we have shared are all, Yasin, you've put that all together, right?
Yeah, I have put it all together, yeah. So there's been about 3 one-of-ones, 4 one-of-ones at max, and then the rest of it was just from your rares and your legendaries that's been placed up.
Okay. Very good. And Ken says, where do you expect most of your revenue to come from? Or do you kind of see it being a split? Or do you envision that there's going to be one area that really takes off and you focus on that? Or just what do you think is going to happen?
So we'll never say focus on that, right? Because that's again putting all your eggs in one basket. But yes, we do see and Bobby's leaning over there to just check on the numbers. All right, we do see a area taking off quite a bit. All right, but again, let's let it happen. Right, let's let it happen. We do see an area taking off.
Okay, love it. And then Trish, I totally get where you're coming from, Trish. So we give you money in 6 months to a year, we might get something. She was talking about there's no guaranteed returns and things like that. Do you just want to kind of address why you word things that way and how people should be thinking about this?
Because we don't want to promise you that you're going to get $1,000, $1,500 after a year. It could be $3,000. And then we say, no, but we're only going to give you $1,000 because that's what we promised you, right? And at the end of the day, when you're working with all these experts, and I gotta say experts because mate, I'm dwarfed by their level of experience in their fields, right? I don't want to put pressure on them. I say, listen, we need to make X, Y, and Z. That pressure is what cracks them, what cracks people, and that it's not healthy for the working environment, for the ecosystem. So that's one of the main reasons that we're not promising you anything, because at the end of the day, you'll say, but you said this, right? But we're going to be working. We've showed you the structure, do the numbers, check the team out, and if you believe us, get in there.
Yeah, and honestly, I tweeted out earlier this week, I'm not going to do any more AMAs with projects that guarantee a certain amount of revenue, because that's not how businesses work. Like, you just don't know. And so what I appreciate are, here's some projected numbers that we're hoping to be able to get, but we're not guaranteeing 1% a day or anything like that, because when you do it that way, it has to be Ponzi-nomic, because that's not how revenue works. I've run a lot of businesses and never have I been able to guarantee a revenue amount in any of those businesses. So if anybody guarantees revenue, that's a big red flag for me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah. And I saw all the question marks. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Trish, definitely keep asking and keep researching. And again, if you're looking for guaranteed results, crypto in general is probably not the right place for you. I mean, you can go put your money in a CD at the bank and you'll get a guaranteed 3% a year. And that's probably about the most that you can expect guaranteed. Beyond that, you put it in the stock market, you might get 8%, you might lose 8%. Last year, real estate, you might win, you might lose.
And
go ahead.
Yeah, and James, the banks, you're giving them the money. They're working that money. They're trading that money. They're lending that money out. They're just doing it on a grander scale. But let's not get too much into that. But yeah, sorry about cutting you in there, James. The system. Okay, let me stop. They were on a
yeah. No. I think we get it. If you've been in this space, you know that there's no such thing as guarantees. So anybody who guarantees you, I would say if someone guarantees you anything about the future in the crypto space, you should turn it off and now don't listen anymore, because that's not. I like what Tahir said. We can guarantee you this is what we're going to do with the money. We're going to put this into Bitcoin miners. We're going to put this into trading. We're going to put this into the gold mines. And then we can hold them to that. If we find out, no, you pocketed 50%, you didn't put it in the Bitcoin miners, then we can come back and say, hey, you lied. But he's not guaranteeing anything that he can't guarantee. So I actually appreciate that. Yes. Awesome. No, appreciate it. So let's go ahead. This question's come up a bunch, but I've been kind of saving it here for nearer to the end. But how much is minting an NFT? So again, I like to kind of have like a strong call to action to end with. So for me, the call to actions would be hop into the Discord is number one. These are free, so there's no reason to not do these. Hop in the Discord. Go follow on Twitter. Again, those are absolutely free. You can hit like on this video. That's absolutely free. Do you want to talk about the mint itself and when that's going to be, how much it's going to be, what people need to do to get ready for that, what chain, all those type of juicy details?
we'll just give a quick run through. All right. So we've got our VIP minters. All right. We've got the VIP pass. I think they're trading for 0.4 ETH currently. All right. We minted that for $50. It's trading for 0.4 ETH. People see the value. They understand the value. All right. The 310, they will be minting for $250 during the first phase, and they will get a reduced mint as we move through the phases. Nothing confirmed yet, because again, we need to check the markets at the time to achieve our objectives, right, in terms of our milestones. $300 for the whitelist, all right, and $330 for public. It will be on the ETH chain. You can be paying in USDT, USDC, WETH, BUSD, are the options, right? We prefer the stable coins because of the fluctuations in crypto, right? And you can obviously pay with your credit card. We will be opening up that facility on the phase 1 mint, but so that we can project properly, our numbers can come in closer to what we anticipate, so that the budgets can roll out accordingly. All right.
Yeah, I love it. And I assume that you're going to be doing, people sometimes hear Ethereum. They're like, oh, the gas fees. But I assume these are going to be ERC 721 and pretty cheap gas and all those types of things, correct?
That's 100% spot on.
Okay. And I know we talked about this to here, but when mint? When should people just be in Discord waiting to hear? Or when should people expect this to start rolling?
25th of January is our mint date for our VIPs. They will be starting on the 25th. They will have a 24-hour period to mint. All right. We are closing all whitelist submissions. If you would like to be on the whitelist, we are closing it on Tuesday. I think that is the 24th. All right. We are closing the whitelist submission. So you've got up until now. Check it out. You guys open up a support ticket. We'll gladly assist you, especially if you say you're coming through from the James Pelton AMA. All right. We'll assist you. We will put you onto the whitelist. And that's how we get it started. 25th of Jan. That's the date. Set it.
Okay. Very cool. Then do you guys know when public mint will be after that?
So yeah, public mint will most probably be the next day. VIP is going to be 24 hours. Whitelist, we're going to keep it to a shorter period of time. All right. I know on the white paper says 24 hours for whitelist, but we are talking amongst ourselves to shorten the whitelist period and then hit public.
Okay. Very, very good. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming on. Is there anything else that you wanted to touch on? I know there's a lot more things. There's like different elements we could do a whole AMA on as I was reading through the white paper, but anything you feel like we didn't touch on that's pretty important for people to know?
So, yes, I think you'll notice, I don't want to get into it because we don't have the time for that, James. If everybody here join the community, that's the first step, all right? We'll be having AMAs and you'll get an understanding of how our minds work as a team, what we plan to do, how we intend to use these investment funds that we're creating to create a mini venture capital system right in here that benefits everybody around the table, right? But Benita, if I'm going to bring her on, I think we're going to carry on for another 30 minutes. But Benita's got fantastic other investment opportunities that we will showcase that will be exclusive, firstly, for our VIPs, right? And our founding father holders. So for our community that are holding our NFTs, we will be giving these investment opportunities their what's first option of refusal, and it's within the mining and the gold industry, should I say. Benita, I'm not going to bring you on right now to chat about that because time doesn't allow us. I think we've already overshot the minutes on here, but there are other opportunities that will be surrounding us as a community besides what you see.
Okay, awesome. I'd love to have you guys back just as we keep moving. We were talking about in Discord, I'm called a narrator because this is a story that's kind of unfolding about, hey, what are we doing now? How did the mint go and things like that. So I would love to, have you guys back on and we could just keep updating people on this journey as we go. But I'm on the lookout for projects that I think will actually not lose people money, that will be good long-term. And I'm looking for them because DeFi, they're few and far between in this space. So hopefully this is one of them. And I appreciate what you guys are building. And I look forward. Next time I'm in South Africa, we definitely will meet up for sure.
Absolutely.
I'll host you with great pleasure. With great pleasure. James.
Okay.
And you know it's beautiful. Yeah, if you can see what I'm looking at right now, yeah, it's beautiful.
It's better than my my 4 inches of snow on the ground outside my window in here in Nebraska.
I'll just do a quick turn, right? I don't know if you can see just for the guys. Yeah, we spoiled. Yeah, man, we spoiled. Yeah. So
yeah,
but yeah,
it was beautiful for sure. So, well, hey, if you're in the audience, I appreciate you guys. Again, the only reason I can do AMAs is because you guys show up to watch. There's no way that teams would want to take the time to do this if no one was watching. I'm not that special, you know, it's you guys, and that's what I like, to connect projects with the audience. So that's what I'm doing here today. So hit the like button on your way out. The recording will be available right when I'm done. I'll get chapters put in so you can skip around to the different questions. And to Tahir and team, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you building something
Fantastic.
that I don't believe is going to rug pull. I appreciate that. So yeah, keep me in the loop and would love to be part of this journey with you as you go forward.
Thanks,
Thank you,
James.
James.
Looking forward to seeing my AMA.
Thank you guys so much, and hope everybody has a great rest of your day. Wait, Tahir has one last thing.
Yeah, and everybody, you know what? We just stay blessed, stay safe, guys. That's all. You know, come in, and we'd like to host you in our community. You are more than welcome.
Fantastic,
All right.
fantastic. Tahir, I mean, that's an amazing view. Will you host me tonight, though?
We'll talk about that.
You know, I'm 10 minutes away, but
there you go. Looks like dinner at Tahir's house tonight. I'll be there. I'll book a flight and be there. No, that's quite a flight to get from Lincoln, Nebraska to South Africa. So I'm not going to do that lightly again. So
yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys. Had a lot of fun today, and yeah, everybody have a great rest of your Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.